Let's decorate this beautiful, beautiful bag together. First step is to build the structure of our cake. I'm going to be working with 5 layers of cake, vanilla and coconut cake. The width of my cake is in 8 inches, so if I'm working with 5 layers of cake and each cake is 2 inches in height, total height of our cake is going to be 10 inches plus. Plus, because buttercream does add height to a cake, so 8 by 10 plus. We're going to be stacking up this cake, and when we're done, we're going to crumb coat this cake. An important step before you start crumb coating is to level your cakes. I have a cake leveler that helps me to know which part of my cake is higher than the other side of my cake. This helps to make sure my cake is equal at the top, and it also helps to make sure my cake is well leveled. I am crumb coating here. This is a really important step in cake decorating because crumb coating does for me 2 things. It locks in that cake crumbs, and it also actually gives you the shape of the cake. It's the most important part of the cake that gives you the shape of the cake. So crumb coating, really important step. When you're done crumb coating, place the cake in the fridge for 45 to an hour. If you're using a freezer, you can place the cake in the fridge for 20 to 30 minutes. Make sure your cake is just really cold and the crumb coat is really set, and when you touch it, it's like cold, it starts to sting in your hand. Next step is really important for me. I love ganaching. I've had a love-hate relationship with ganaching for a really long time. Now it's a love-love relationship. I love ganaching my cakes before I fondant them because I believe dark chocolate ganache especially helps to make the cake stay out longer, especially in an event where the cake is going to be out, like a wedding or a birthday. The cake is going to be out sitting on the display for a long time. I always believe dark chocolate helps to make that cake, stay out longer, especially in a heat condition. So my chocolate recipe is 3 to 1, 3 cups of dark chocolate chips to 1 cup of whipped cream. I love that recipe. It's my go-to recipe, and that's enough said. I ganache my cake, place that in the fridge for an hour. I also bring it out, flip it over, and I ganache the other side of the top part of the cake. Reason I'm doing ganaching both sides of the cake is because my cake is not going to be standing up straight. My cake is going to be on its side. When I'm done cutting the side of the cake, I'm going to place that on the cake board and we're going to decorate. Day 2 of decorating. Super excited. I've rolled out my black fondant that is going to be going to on the 2 sides of the cake. I have an impression mat that has that bag letter texture. It gives like that. It's an impression mat that impressions are fondant. And I have an 8 inches disc that I'm going to use to cut out the sides of my cake, which are 8 inches round. So I'm going to be placing that on the fondant. I use a cake glue. I mix it with water. That also helps to stick fondant easy on cakes. So yeah. Next step is I'm going to be using a zipper mold. I also got this off of Amazon to create a zipper. I'm gonna cut that remaining excess part out, and the zipper mold was about 8 inches and my cake is 10 inches in length, so it's easy to just stretch it out. Don't overstretch it, just stretch it out to how much you need it, and place that on the cake. Next up is I'm going to be covering each side of my cake in white fondant. Please measure your cakes. Before you cover your whole cake in fondant, please measure. It's really important to know your height and your width of your cake. Tape roll would make life so much easier for you when you do that. And that was what I did. It's always easy to have more fondant than less fondant. Trust me, it's the best. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Just covering both sides with fondant. And next up, we're just going to put our edible image on. I get my edible images off of Etsy. I think I buy them from somebody, a company called MB Studios. She's the one I buy most of my edible images from. Don't ask questions on why I haven't bought my own edible printer. It would happen when it happens. But for now, I will be using Etsy. They really help me, especially this company. She really gets the perfect image that I need for my edible printing. Yeah, so I'm just going to be focusing on more and putting the remaining parts of the bag, the stitching, the handle. That's what I'm going to be doing here. What is going on in my mind at this point is, you see that bottom part of the cake where the edible image didn't get to? That is what I am thinking of right now. As a baker, when you have miscalculations or you have mishaps or you have mistakes, this is the part where we call baker surgery. You have to think of how you're going to create something that would cover whatever mistakes you've had, and something you just have to think on your feet. Let the creativity really make it work for you, let it come through for you. And for me, I just thought that since I have more white, it would be nice to just have another black section at the bottom of the cake with the impression mat that I use for the sides. So which is what I went with. So right after I was done with putting the handle of the cake, I decided to go ahead and put black right there to cover the cake up. I will not lie, it really brought the cake together. I was super happy about how I was able to cover up that mistake. So yes, mistakes happen. It's however you deal with them, it's whatever you come up with to cover up those mistakes that really matter. And that was how I was able to create such a beautiful cake, and I'm super happy. Steam your cakes, guys. You work with cornstarch as a baker, as a decorator. You're working with cornstarch, and they would be all over your cake. So steaming will help you get all that cornstarch out and make your cake look so nice, pretty, and shiny. So thank you guys for watching. Super happy about how this cake turned out. I hope this was able to help somebody, anybody. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.